Lords, I congratulate the Noble Baroness Lady Cox on her courage in introducing this debate and on her sensitivity in the way that she did it. I start with what assistance the government are giving to the victims of grooming gangs in Rotherham and elsewhere. The Noble Baroness suggested that this could be as low as an average of £48 per victim. But a written answer to me, HL 12518, last 20th of December, points to a much lower figure, because 4.7 million of the 12 million mentioned by the Noble Baroness was a one-off payment. So the basic support seems to be running at some 7.2 million per annum, and that is for the victims of all social abuse, not just for the 250,000 victims of radical Muslim grooming gangs, which is probably an underestimate in itself. I say this because if you take the accepted figure of 1,400 victims in Rotherham alone and extend it across the country, you come to a much larger figure. And indeed, Rotherham's MP, the courageous Sarah Campion, has put the figure at 1 million. So the amount now spent on helping each of them becomes derisory. In fact, of course, the vast majority are getting no help at all from the government, and I look forward to the Noble Lady the Minister's comments. My Lords, and it's still going on. I have contacts on the ground in Rotherham who say that grooming gangs are still active there. Traffic wardens turn a blind eye to Muslim taxi drivers who park on yellow lines, and so on. Turning to what can be done to stop this colossal social scandal, I feel we must start by accepting that the perpetrators are indeed radical Muslims. But they should not be confused with other decent men of Pakistan and Asian origin. Noble and Islamophiliac lords may not like me saying that, but the excellent Quilliam Foundation found that it is true of 83% of the criminals concerned. And if anyone has any doubt about it, they should read Peter McLaughlin's 2016 masterpiece, Easy Meat, Inside Britain's Grooming Gang Scandal, which should be compulsory reading for the government. Indeed, I brought a copy with me today and will give it to the Noble Lady the Minister at the end of this debate, and I trust that her civil servants will read it too. Then I suggest, my Lords, we should look for more help from in our close-knit Muslim communities, who pretty much know what's going on, and who should be very ashamed at what their radical menfolk are doing. I suggest we might also try and learn to talk openly about the tenets of radical Islam. I have mentioned before in your Lordship's House the tenets of abrogation, taqiyya al-hijra, the lesser jihad, and the pursuit of a world caliphate. But there is another one, which may lie at the root of the grooming gang scandal. That is the radical Muslim tenet known as what your right hand possesses, which I am advised allows Muhammad's followers to have sex slaves from amongst their captives and from among the non-Muslim or Kufa girls. The trouble is, my Lords, that as soon as you start talking about radical Islam, you are immediately accused of Islamophobia, even if you can say what you like about any other religion. My Lords, perhaps we can return to this when the Brexit muddle is over. In the meantime, we should heed the words of the Home Secretary. If we turn a blind eye to the fact that the vast majority of grooming gang criminals are radical Muslims, we fuel the voices of extremism. My Lords, that is exactly what is happening.